Welcome to Open Minds, Open Mic, the place to be on a Friday night. But that's right. I missed last Friday, y'all. I've been really busy. Starting this new life, getting this new job going and everything. We're gonna put our features on hold until I get internet and maybe like steady power out here. So, like a month or so. But we still want to do the open mics, right? Because we got people who want to read poetry and I want to listen to poetry. So I started this thing 3 years ago, So we got a couple people that showed up. I haven't been posting on Instagram, so ain't nobody knew what was going on tonight. But we got a few crazies in the building here who to share the love of poetry with us. So I'm really excited for that, man. I'm excited just to be here breathing, right? And the fact that I got some of my brothers in the room willing to share some of their artistic expression and like enjoy each other's presence. That's a present to me, right? So, yeah, I just want to thank y'all for showing up. We got Ragged the Poet, Black Salt, and Alex Fong. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna start off here. I haven't written anything in a while. I freestyled on Chaos Magic the other night. I've been really like I'm surrounded by natural beauty. Everything in my life has just seemed to line up and it's going really well for me. But it's a lot of work, like nothing comes easy. You know what I mean? You gotta put that hard work in if you want something good, right? And so, I've been working really hard, but starting to get, you know, a more aligned where I can start writing again. But in the meantime, what the fuck? It's the beer that he drinks. Sorry about that. But he got a whole van full. Jesus, he's gonna walk out and see that sitting next to the thing. Goodness. So like I said, yeah, my head really hasn't been in it. I've been having to do a lot of work here, but yeah, I think maybe I'll bust a little freestyle, but first I want to share some of Alex's poetry with you guys. Alex, has been going through a lot of things too. There's news that maybe someone who he cares about has cancer, so hopefully they don't, and that the tests come back, where it's benign, and we're gonna send out a lot of healing, a lot of positive energies towards that direction, um, to help, someone who's near and dear to our heart and someone's heart who we're near and dear to. So yeah, so with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and read this. So I love Alex so much, and he says that he's getting a little more philosophical with this poetry. So this first poem is called "The Philosophy of the Human Soul." The wonders of a world that is whole can reveal the nature of the human soul, and by understanding all that's real, there could even be bountiful opportunities full of endless possibilities. And by dancing through life while letting music play on, a greater day could come about without a doubt. And then develop a positive attitude along with the demonstration of gratitude to overcome times full of solitude. And even if secrets from the heart might attempt to separate people apart, never underestimate how love can overcome hate. And by deep diving into the depths of the abyss, then there could be the chance to appreciate the beauty of ethereal wonder and natural splendor within a world unlike any other. I like that, Alex. I'm reading these for the first time too, by the way, so I'm just uh as excited to hear them as you guys. And so this next one is called Glass Colors. Light that would create a rainbow, a wonderful and colorful display, and dare to become a ray of hope that shall light the way. For there is no other day than the presence of today, and make the most out of being alive while celebrating the beauty of global diversity and the resilience that comes from pure tenacity could result in a whole new world filled with visual authenticity and surrender to the wonder of ethereal Majesty, majesty. Hey, yeah.
It's actually
To
ethereal. It's
ethereal.
ethereal.
Yeah, I was like, that's what threw me out. I'm like, I'm not reading these words right.
I learned that in college. And
Ethereal, yeah.
surrender to the wonder of ethereal majesty to reveal the true colors of the human identity. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you cut because I just butchered that. And like I said, it was my first time reading it to you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for allowing me to cover some of your poetry, Alex. We miss you. And I love your poetry. And I'm so glad that you're like on a philosophical tip. And congratulations on getting your certificate for doing that course too. Yeah. Everybody, do me a favor, unmute yourselves and give it up for the words of Alex.
Yeah, that was really nice. Really nice.
I want to thank you, Mr. Bear, for allowing Alex to share me that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alex, I
Bear.
love that the reflection on light.
You got Moondo's on? You got Roman over to check with it? Okay, yep, I know. Well, hey,
I love that reflection on light, how it's physical but also metaphysical.
all right, hey, I gotta run somewhere real quick, just across the parking lot.
Next person.
Yeah, so Ragged, if you want to share one of your pieces, man, we'd appreciate it. Run it, or unless Alex wants to read, Alex, would you want to share?
Can we chop it up with Alex for a second?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Let other people go. I'm fine.
Well, I wanted to ask, Alex, is it all right if I ask you about your piece?
Wait, what?
All right, wait a second.
We'll chop it up to get back, brother.
Um, wait. I don't understand your question. What did you say?
Oh, I was letting him know that we'll chop it up till he gets back. I wanted to ask you about your piece. I enjoyed the ray of light, how it's a physical happening, but you also used it as like a metaphorical or metaphysical.
Yes, because my poetry is very philosophical. It's very introspective, and there's a lot of symbolism too. Because when I say ray of hope, I'm not talking about light. I'm talking about the personification of light being like a symbolic ray of hope that would overcome the dark of night. Because that's just the way my poetry works. It's very deep and
Yeah,
philosophical.
yeah, I really appreciated that.
Yeah, thank you.
It was a pleasant reflection on the way things should be.
Yeah,
you know?
because my writing is very deep. I like that.
Yeah, I appreciated that a whole lot. Thank you. And I was struggling to remember your first poem that you read, because the ray of light. I kind of forgot it. It was so impactful that I forgot the first one.
Since there's not many people here, could I just read it with my tone of voice?
Yeah,
Okay, maybe if I read it will make more sense because the way I speak, the way I speak reflects my poetry too. So let me read those. The
yeah,
philosophy.
cool.
Okay, I'll read it. The philosophy of the human soul. The wonders of a world that is whole can reveal the nature of the human soul. And by understanding all that is real, there could even be bountiful opportunities full of endless possibilities. And by dancing through life while letting music play on, a greater day could come about without a doubt. And then develop a positive attitude along with the demonstration of gratitude to overcome times full of solitude. And even if secrets from the heart might attempt to separate people apart, never underestimate how love can overcome hate. And by diving deep into the depths of the abyss, then there could be the chance to appreciate the beauty of ethereal wonder and natural splendor within a world unlike any other. Glass colors. Light that would create a rainbow, a wonderful and colorful display, and dare to become a ray of hope that shall light the way. For there is no other day than the present of today, and make the most out of being alive while celebrating the beauty of global diversity. And the resilience that comes from pure tenacity could result in a whole new world filled with visual authenticity and surrender to the wonder of ethereal majesty to reveal the true colors of the human identity. Thank you.
Yeah, I love the tone of your voice with those pieces. You got something there, and they kind of complement each other quite a bit. Almost like one piece, like two parts to one piece. And escape artists, welcome. Our host is temporarily taking care of something for a minute or two, I think. And welcome. I guess it's a fairly sparse room tonight because there was no announcement, and went ahead and just threw it on just in case somebody showed up. So we're here. Are you there? Actually, are you off mic at all? Or
Look, I'm here. I can hear you. Hi, everyone.
awesome. Okay. Yeah, you sound good. Sounds loud and clear. Yeah, they wanted to go ahead and start. So Alex went ahead and did two of his pieces, which were very upbeat, uplifting, and hopeful. So I'm not sure how long he's going to be, but
The tone of my writing, like whenever I write this stuff early in the morning, I try to be inspirational. That's a better word for it. I try to be inspirational in my poetry.
are you a morning person?
Yes, I've been up since 4 a.m.
I mean, you like the morning? You're a morning person?
Actually, yes, because I took 7 a.m. classes in college and I aced all of them because I am more alert in the morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm usually one of those grumpy morning people. I like the night. I start my creative juices start flowing at night.
Well, for me, my body operates like the sun. So when the sun goes down, I'm just ready to fall asleep. I
get
can't even
that.
go out at night. I'm too sleepy.
Yeah, any other morning people here?
I'm sometimes a morning person. My husband wakes up at 5 and we have 2 kids. So sometimes I try to wake up early so we can get at least an hour of silence by ourselves.
Mhm.
But other than that, no.
Night owl all the way.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I mean, I get up. I've gotten up early in the morning. I was in the Marine Corps for a long time, so you have to get up early, but I didn't like it. That's the difference. I think morning people like to be up early, and I got up early when I had to, but yeah, I'm not a big fan. I like staying up late. So we just chopped it up here for a minute. Alex redid his pieces in his own voice,
Oh, that's awesome, man. I want to watch the
and,
video
and
now.
yeah, they were nice. It was really nice hearing his voice do the pieces because he had. I like hearing the different takes.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Ragged,
And,
for holding.
and skate artist showed up.
Thank
Yeah, I
you.
see. Hi, welcome. So yeah, we'll go ahead and kick the show off. Ragged, if you want to bless us with some words, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, brother.
All right. Got a couple pieces to share. This is called The Dimming Light. This land is your land. This land is my land. This land was made for you and me. Sweet Liberty once said to me, "You better treat me right." She said she was a fickle cause, soon lost without a fight. For every fiber, every nerve, and every ounce of might is asked of you to see it through, to save a trace of light. For we are bent on dark descent, with shackles fastened tight. Because the strongest train is in the brain, where bitter tempests bite. Our minds perceive a time to grieve, as day gives way to night. Sweet liberties on bloody knee, and dimming from our sight. When songs of freedom slip the tongue, and we forget what has been done, where blood has dried under the sun that spilled to make the many one. Were songs of freedom, wisdom heard as well, as worthy aspirations fell, and histories refuse to tell, for victors choose what lies to sell. We called the Lady Liberty, and stood her tall to watch the sea, to call from windward to the lee, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land, this land was made for you and me, but it's up to us to make it free. That's the dimming light. And this piece is called Ghosts. Survivors know of ghosts. Old soldiers walk in shadows, burdened by the echo of vibrant souls, extinguished too soon. Survivors know of ghosts. The voices come back, of brothers and sisters in arms, the crackling radio chatter alive in dark dreams, on nights rumbling with distant cannons. And images flood in on spectral frequencies, bodies torn by distant decree, gasping fear and soundless rage, corpses bagged and numbered, a gray formation marking time. Hear them count off as they depart friendly lines. 2 by 2 they go. 3 by 3 they go. 4 by 4 they go. As they silently march in the final parade, until memories fade and light turns to shade. Survivors know of ghosts, for they accompany the living. In the tortured hours, some come as accusers to condemn the ones who failed them to a gray half-life of breathing regret. Survivors know of ghosts. On sunny days of clear skies, when children sing and play in warm winds, they whisper in the old soldier's ear, "We are here." Survivors know of ghosts. Peace.
God damn, right. Yeah, everybody.
Your first poem? Oh my God. I was like 5 years old again. It was amazing. Thank you for that.
Yeah, everybody do me a favor, unmute yourselves and give it up for Ragged, the poet. And the AI was right about you, boy. Earlier.
Thank you,
Hey,
Mr.
let's go
Bear.
Ragged. Beautiful words.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man. And thank you again for your service and everything that you and your brothers sacrificed for us. Yeah.
You bet. Of course.
Much love, bro.
Yeah,
Much love.
thanks for the opportunity to share, guys. Really appreciate it. It's good to see the diehards here.
Yeah. We're still showing up, man. Even though show's kind of on pause right now, but we got to get our Friday night poetry fix in, right? So yeah,
There you
thank you
go.
for being here. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for blessing us with your presence, man. Once again, yo, give it up for Ragged the Poet.
Oh,
One of the diehards here, still just sharing poetry because we love to, right? Another one of these diehards is not only just a poet, but a musician as well, an amazing artist. I think like a personal friend of mine, like the first night I met him in one of the mics, like that night I had to call him and like we stayed up talking till like 5 in the morning, like some schoolgirls, man. It was great. Yeah, I just absolutely love you, Black Salt. So if you could unmute yourself and bless us with some words or art or music or what do you got, I'll give you co-host just so you can share screen if need be. And yeah, take it away, brother.
Yes, I will need to use the share screen feature. Yeah, and I want you to know, Thomas, the feeling is mutual. I think of you kind of as my little angel. You showed me Band Lab, you introduced me to some people. You know what I'm saying? Like you keep my mind busy, you keep me occupied with the poetry that you put on. So it's like you're kind of my little angel. But I'm gonna share with you some words tonight. I got two pieces that I want to share. Um, one's in my notes. Um, I'll do a poem, just regular spoken word, and I'll share with you a bit of digital art, a album that I put out. And some of you that are familiar with my work, Yeah, I got a few new things on there, but it's just kind of like this collage of but it's just like one big thing. And it's on my public YouTube channel, and it's called Ghost Ship. And the song that I'm going to share with you off that album is called Whispered in the Seven, Just Before It Happened. But the poem, the piece that I'm going to do for you is spoken word, is going to be called Sleep with the Dolls, the Goddess is Fair. And so here we go. Starting out with just the spoken word. Sleep with the dolls, the goddess is fair. Here we go. Can you hear me okay? Not too loud, not too quiet. Okay, cool.
Sound good.
Thank you. Thank you. Men are loyal, but the goddess is fair. Black dogs sleep with the dolls. Puppies and kittens, purple and pink. Men don't feel, and women don't think. It's not as simple as you think. Woman in black and men in pink. Use a nightlight to go to bed. Fluffy pillow for your head. She hid the key underneath the bed. The goddess knows why you're scared. Monster in the closet. We live in fear. Men are loyal, but the goddess is fair. Black dogs sleep with the dolls. Now to sleep with the dolls, the goddess is fair. And there's a line in there from my my alias, Black Salt WLF. The WLF stands for We Live in Fear. And so if you didn't know and you were curious about what the WLF meant, also the wolf, you know. And with that being said, I will share with you some digital art. Now, yeah, so let's see here. Share sound. Let me see here. I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna do something. There, we're gonna put this in the chat. So that's my public YouTube channel that I just put in the chat where you can find this piece that I'm gonna share with you in case you wanna make a U-turn toward it if I so inspired you to do so, and if you think it's any good. But this is my album Ghost Ship, you know, and it's got a lot of narration on it. It's kind of like I got a lot of poems on it, you know, because as a poet, you know, I got a kind of overstimulated throat chakra. You know, us poets got powerful throat chakras, and hey, somebody's got to say it. Somebody's got to say it. So I put it all on Ghost Ship. And so this is kind of where I just kind of express myself. But yeah, I kind of it is a dark ambient album, so a lot of the music is kind of got this theme of kind of horror elements to it. And a lot of it's in the minor. You know, if you're familiar with music and major and minor, it's a lot of it's kind of in the minor. And so if it makes you a little uncomfortable, that's okay. That's okay. You know, watch it, you know, or don't. But you know, you've been warned, and so I'm gonna share this with you, and I hope you like it. Let me know if you can hear it okay. I'm not gonna play the whole damn album. I'm just gonna play like the first 3 or so minutes of this song because it just goes on for a while. But I'll play you the first 3 minutes because I got a little poem, a little narration to share with you. So yeah. But, yeah, let me know if you can hear it okay.
Don't be so quick. Don't be so sure. Be a gentleman and hold the door. Haven't got a clue. Silver spoons, coincidence or correspondence. Blood moon. Spilled coffee, spilled milk, spilled blood, and a pinch of salt. Bad luck, bad timing, coincidence or correspondence. Bad planning. Never learn. Sure damn don't. All that gold and nowhere to go. All dressed up and ketchup stains. No more people. No more pain. War never changes. And times never learn. Little white lies. It'll work, but not the first time. Gotta try. Salt and light. War never changes. And times never learn. Little white lies. It'll work, but not the first time. Gotta try. Salt and light.
So I will stop that at the 3-minute mark. If you're like me and you're kind of into this kind of stuff, you know, kind of some of the darker stuff, then this is for you, man. Then this is for you. And so otherwise, that's what I got for tonight. Thanks for listening. Check out my album, hit all the buttons, you know, all that good stuff. And so, you know, I got the
Yeah.
link in the chat, so you can just kind of make a U-turn toward if you want to. But that's what I got for tonight.
Everybody, do me a favor. Unmute and give all the love you got, all the deserved love. Like that shit was dope, to my boy, my brother.
Love you, Black
So-
Swan. Woo!
Love you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mwah, mwah.
hey,
Yeah, I like what you did there too at the end of that track too, like because I know it can, I want to hear. I got to now listen to that tonight after the show,
Okay.
so I can hear the rest because I wanted it to keep going. And then I have to yeah, I like how you had that like hidden kind of track played with the lyrics in it. So I know you were like reading like another piece, but like kind of real, just real quiet, like under that beat. That was cool.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Coming up next on the mic, we've got. Well, we would have had John Michaels, but we've got Escape Artists in the house tonight too, and Robert Fleming just showed up. So yeah, we're going to move on to Escape Artists. Escape, if you would be so kind as to unmute yourself and bless us with some words, I would greatly appreciate it. You just
Okay, here we go. Through all my years of watching scary movies, I realized there are no monsters or zombies, or evil spirits, just people. But lately, it's been hard to tell the difference. Ugly is made a home of the public. Jason is at the White House taking a chainsaw to our rights. White supremacy is Michael Myers always coming back to haunt us, no matter how hard we fight. The politicians gizmo their way into our hearts, but turn into gremlins once they get that cheese after midnight. The oligarchs need exorcisms, playing Saw with our lives. got us living in a nightmare. Freddy Krueger, our dreams of owning property. The only place we can afford to live is Elm Street, in a zombie land where everyone's brain is rotting and no one cares about the state of affairs. When it comes to defeat, the movies offer no advice when the monsters turn out to be people. Eventually, you have to turn to face your monsters because the people who do nothing but run always end up dead. That's about it. I'm in the middle of bad time, so I'm just leave you guys without.
Thank you for that. Right? Everybody do me a favor. Let me just
Woo! Yeah, buddy.
Hey, let's go.
right. So yeah, coming up next on the list will be Robert Fleming, and then if you want Black Salt, I'd like to do our collab that we wrote a little while back. Because I didn't really read an original piece. Maybe we can get into we'll do that collab after Robert. And loop around again or something, you know. There's not many of us tonight. I haven't been posting and just it's been kind of crazy around here, but you know, I want my Friday night poetry fix. So Robert, let me give you a co-host because I'm sure you have some things that you would like to share with us. Whenever you're ready, if you take it away, we would greatly appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, Thomas. Good evening. I'm Robert Fleming. I'm a digital artist and visual poet from Lewis, Delaware in the United States. And I'm going to share a visual art submission, which I have prepared for a fall submission for a magazine called Pink Disco, which is having a theme called Masquerade. And here is my first image. It is a disco ball with a mask on it. The only filter I did with this was I took a silver disco ball and I applied a color filter to make it fuchsia. This is a second one where I added a filter to make the disco ball look more like rose. And since there were some black specks in the disco ball, I used a black mask. This also is a pink disco ball with a larger mask. And here I did a lot of distortions to the disco ball. Besides changing the color, I also did some slicing up to the ball, and then I added some rainbow colors for about 3 different filters. Here's the fourth one. Similar to the last one, I also added a filter called Liquify, which makes the image look like there's some motion in it. And that will be my submission for the fall for that magazine. And I will put the link for the magazine in the chat if you're interested in submitting. I'm also preparing for 2 art shows that I'll be in April 9th. I currently have submitted the image digitally and it's been accepted. And I'm currently putting together the presentation. I just picked up the mat today and I ordered the frame yesterday. It should arrive by next week, and then I'll be all set to go. So thank you for letting me share my visual art, and I look forward to submitting it in the fall.
Thank you for sharing it with us. And yeah, man, I like that first one, that the pink one with the mask, with the silver masquerade mask on. I want like 1,000 stickers printed of that and just slap them up everywhere, man. I really hope yeah, that they accept your submissions so everyone can enjoy the art that you create. Please do me a favor, everybody, unmute yourself and give all the love you have to Robert.
Yeah, Robert, we love you.
Hey, look there. Okay. Yeah, all right. Thank you so much, Robert. So I guess I'll read an original piece here. And then we'll loop around for round two. A couple of us in the room, why not? All right. And John's helping someone move right now. He's kind of hustling and bustling around, but he said he might share it in a little while too. So Black Salt, if you wouldn't mind, you want to do that collab that you and I did?
Yes.
Such a fun read, man.
Confirm, you're talking about the
Yeah.
darkest parts of the ocean, right?
Yeah. Yeah, not the epic collab part we did, the darkest parts of the ocean one that you and I did.
Yeah, okay, that's the one I pulled up. Okay, yeah, cool. That's what I got. I got it right here.
Excellent. Just give me a second to pull it up too. All right, so yeah, like, man, I love this whole the black salt thing. And when I asked you about it and you described it to me, bro, I was just like, bet, like I was so on board. So I was like, when I wanted to do a collab with you, I was like, yo, let's do a collab. And I don't really know quite what it's gonna be about, but I know the title. And I said, he was like, you were on a flight back, I think from holiday.
Yeah, I
during
was going
Christmas.
through like TSA or something, you know, like I was,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
going
He's
through
like,
TSA when you text me. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He like hits me back. I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, I need to call you now. Like, I got this idea for this collab, right? And you're like, I'm kind of going through TSA right now. Like, I gotta like put my phone in. I was like, well, okay, well, call me when you land and you get to your destination, because like I got this idea, right? And I
Hey,
think just before I said, I go, and I gave him the title. It's called "The Darkest Parts of the Ocean." And so like I
hey.
really wanted him to bring the black salt vibe, just that darkness of ocean, whether it's loneliness or depression or madness or whatever, the darkest parts of the ocean mean to you. I was like, let's just capture it in some crazy collab. And like it was so fun working with you too. We did it in the same style that we did the epic collab with John, where we just get on video chat and we sit there like typing out on a shared Google Doc so you can see what they're typing, right? And then like and we're like, all right, tag, you're it. And then the next person comes in and writes after that. And it's so much fun like writing the collab. And then to be able to perform it later is like a testament to how much we enjoyed creating art. And so, yeah, if you're ready to start it off, it goes me first, right? And
Oh
then
yeah,
you.
does it?
Yeah.
And it starts with you. Yeah, yeah.
See, on my phone, it's not color coded. Like, so usually when we do it, it's color coded. On my phone, though, it's black and
Okay.
white. So I can't. So, but as long as I know, I go back and like, okay, I got you.
Yeah, I
So,
don't
like,
have I printed this out on a black and white thing, so I just got my parts underlined and bold. That's all I did, you know, so
awesome.
that's about as good as it gets.
Creativity. And we gonna make this work, y'all. We hope you enjoy it. This is the darkest parts of the ocean. Some pressure is so dense, it rips the oxygen from your blood. The deepest parts we've ever been in this ocean that's now above.
The gods hid water in the sky. When it rains, we cry. Futile attempts and vain desires to sink the ship of our tragedy.
I imagine the drowning in salt water and fear, the latter taking over my mind here in time as I face my bitter fate, awake to the darkness laced with nightmares and winter's grace. I fight for the tears to dry this lake.
Take me away, back to sandy shores, back through brothel doors. I don't want to remember anymore. I'll throw myself to the mermaid song. I'll feed myself to the sharks. I'll spin down the whirlpool. I'll pull myself apart.
I'll forever be lost in the darkest parts of this ocean, flowing, glowing, growing, just going. With all the light from my heart, it's difficult times, but I'm reminded to keep my mind right and writing. I mean, right in this nightmare creeping when it's all running from sleeping ahead of mine. See, I'm ahead of time, time to be rid of mine. These riddles find me deep in brine.
Salt over my shoulder and salty sailors. What's the difference between an expert and an amateur when years of sailing has brought me nothing but pain? And after years of pain, nothing has changed.
Am I deranged or
Is something not right?
do I speak with a twisted tongue tonight?
Do you hear anything you like?
Can you taste this rum and strife?
See through my eyes, and you'll see a terrifying sight.
Yet I mean, yeah, we can bring all of our dreams of prolific prosperity to reality in spite of the formalities. We still stop and shine and drag ourselves along. I'll be dragging myself out of the darkest corners, darkest crawls, yeah, the darkest parts of the ocean's song.
All right, I want an hour-long special of that. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Fuck yeah, you guys kick ass, and your timing was awesome.
Uh-oh, we lost the host. Did we lose the host? Am I seeing stuff? What just happened? Yeah, we lost the host. Yeah. Huh. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that piece. Yeah.
Yeah, you're now the host, Black Salt.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I
So
hope you
it's
guys enjoyed that.
your opportunity to abuse your power.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So seize it.
Yeah, well,
Seize it. Seize it.
I almost made a joke. I almost made a joke. Yeah, I was good. Yeah, let me stop. Let me stop before I, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what's going on? It just like shut off, and one of my cats jumped on the laptop and closed it. I have it hooked to
Oh,
the
yeah.
monitor. Anyways, yeah, give it up for Black Salt.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, that was fun, man. I like writing it with you too. It's such a journey, right? It's fun, man. I'm excited to start writing again. I told John too,
Thank
because
you.
I
Thank you. I was gonna say thank you, Thomas, for bringing that out of me when you came up with that idea, the darkest parts of the ocean song. Thank you for bringing that out of me. Because sometimes we need that extra, somebody to just like reach in there and just, because sometimes other people see stuff that we don't.
I totally know, and that's why John Michael actually inspired me even to collab with you when we started working on that epic collab too. And then I pulled you in on that one too, and like, oh, I love our part on that one too. Like, a lot of times, man, it's hard to motivate yourself, but I find it's a little bit easier to be a muse and to motivate someone else, in which in turn they end up motivating you or someone you know that then motivates you. And it's just this whole like inspirational energy exchange where we can just share creativity and really push each other further and really support each other and, yeah, and just have fun living life and creating together. It's amazing, man. So yeah, I appreciate working with you. And yeah, the next thing I read, I even told John, so I was like, man, like I need your help, bro. Like, because he got me out of my last little writer's block. And it's not that I even have a writer's block, it's that I haven't had the time to sit down and write. And every moment that I do have spare, I'm just like, I just need to sit still for 2 minutes, rest. But we're getting set up out here, so I'm gonna start writing here soon. I got a little more free time freeing up here soon. I actually just put some money down on a little van today. That's a camper that my wife and I can set up to where we can just go across the river right there into the mountains and have just a quiet weekend in the middle of the mountains and kind of unwind from the day to day. And so yeah, it's cool. I mean, I'm on vacation. I'm camping out here now at the shop, but like basically a camp away from camp, right? A little mobile escape van. Oh yeah. So yeah, man, thank you for doing that with me. And John, if you're ready to read too, man, we would love to hear you. If not, we'll just hear from you in a bit. Up next would be Ragged the Poet. Brother, if you can unmute yourself there and bless us with some words, I would greatly appreciate it. That's Ragged as it. And in that case, you know what? No, I'm gonna read something. I'm gonna read a piece that was inspired by tonight. In fact, I'm not reading anything, it's just some insight. It's coming from my mind, the conscious flow of time. Like this stuff was written down way before, like ahead of mine. I mean, ahead of this timeline that I find myself in with these rhymes tonight. I'm just playing with y'all. I just like the freestyle and rattle my jaw off the handles. Yeah, there's no walls in my community. It's just freedom. Everywhere you look, everywhere you see, everyone you see is smiling. Want to know why? Because joy is free. It's joyous to be a human in this day that we find ourselves crawling through. And every time I open my eyes and it's a new day, when that sun rises in between the valley, I swear, man, something moves over me. Oh, yes, the sun moving over me. And every day that sun moves over me, I get a little closer to seeing that we should all be equally free and able to eat and able to have shelter with no monetary cause. No, I'm fucking around now. Yeah, I was bullshitting around freestyle. Fucking love y'all. Thank you so much. Ragged, I seen you pop up on there for me. You got some poetry first, bitch? Disappeared. Oh, no, there he goes. There you go. Hey, you're muted, bro. Disappeared again. All right, yeah, I guess. Oh, oh shit. Yeah, Black Salt. And if you want to share something else with us, we'll loop over to you. We'll write it. John should be here soon. Maybe I can get a Cat to come in here. I don't know where she disappeared, dude. I'll get Cat to come and read something first too. Yeah, if you want to bless us with some words, man, or some art, whatever you got there, baby.
You're talking to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'll read you this poem. It's called Wind God Whispers in the Smoke. And yeah. So here we go. Walk like a god and surrendered like a goddess. Breathe in the wind. Whispered epiphanies in the smoke. Wisdom of ancestral ghost. Either side the ether calls home. Surrendered to the storm. Surrounded by red birds that carry messages of good and evil. There's no place like limbo for me to lay and rest my head. We block out the sun and put on a show. It's all a lie, but you never know. paper thin philosophies caught in a breeze. They sign the wicked line and obey the creed. But we know the truth. There's only one rule to follow. Obey the heart and do no harm to others. And that is a quick bit of spoken word. Wind God whispers in the smoke. And so, yeah, I'm kind of just, I'm not really sure what else to read, so I'll just leave it there, you know.
That was dope, man. He's like, yeah, there's not much more he could say after that piece, man. That shit was funny. Like, it's like mic drop. I did the thing. All right, man. Yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Unmute yourselves and give it up for Black Salt. We live here. All right. And so I guess coming up next, Robert, if you have some more art or poetry you'd like to share with us, we would greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. I'll share some submissions to a magazine called Molecule. Here it is. No, that's not it. Here we go. So this magazine, the editors are out of Boston, Massachusetts, and they're looking for both small visual images and small text. So their examples of small visual images are matches or toothpicks. I recently saw an image they selected, which was an elephant, which was very, very small in the image and taken from an aerial view of like maybe from a helicopter or an airplane. And for text, the maximum word count is 50, and then your bio is 24 words. I've had one acceptance and one rejection from them. This was my acceptance, which was a matchbook. It was called Before the Stairway Order. And this was one of my rejections. It was called Testa P. And this is another one called Separation, which is also a rejection. And then this was written on a plumbing part used for toilets. It's From Here to Eternity. It's a variant on a very successful 1950s movie, From Here to Eternity. And this was published elsewhere. What I prepared for a submission was I started thinking that a bee or an ant could be a very small image. And then I started doing some edits just in Windows. The one on the far left is to remove the background, and the one on the far right is to convert the image to black and white. And then I did a further study of the bee, about 20 different filters on the bee. And the 5 ones I picked, which I liked, are here's the bee in a heat wave filter, which mostly generates blue and pink. And now here is hibiscus, which is close to purple. And then this is a filter called voxel art, which makes your image look like Lego. And then I further added to the Lego a filter called Trippy, which takes your image and triples it and then adds colors from the rainbow to it. And this is my last one where I took an image of flowers, marigolds, where I converted them to black, and then I put the bees on the flowers. So I'll be submitting those to that magazine Molecule when they're open, and if they accept me, I will continue to submit to them, and if not, that'll be my last. I usually have a baseball view for submissions, 3 strikes, and the publisher is out. So thank you for letting me share my upcoming submission, and I will put the link for the magazine in the chat for Molecule. And if you want to try and submit poetry or flash fiction or a play, it has to be 50 words or less. Quite a
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah. I was like, can you imagine doing like a play in 50 words or less and have it?
I did one, I submitted one, and they rejected it.
Yeah, but like, oh gosh, that would be so like, and have it like, tell the story and how it like you would have to do it very viscerally. So it would, because like sometimes the most important, impactful moments in our lives happen in a flash, right?
Yeah.
Or not
I
even
did-
time for 5 words to come out, right? So if you were able to like kind of capture just in less than 50 words, like a whole play that could be drawn out for like an hour and a half, you're like, that would be an incredible feat. What a creative challenge, man. And I really love that you challenge yourself by doing as many submissions that you do and put it and going into all these and really going with your creativity. Like you inspire me. Like how Black Salt would say, like, but thanks Thomas for inspiring me. And I'm like, well, like I inspired him, he inspired someone else, you inspired me. Like it's just, I just love the creative bug, and I love that. I love also not the creative bug. I love that bee with all the different filters, how you broke it down into all of it. Like that was dope, man. Yeah, thank you so much for doing what you do. Everybody, please do yourselves a favor and thank Robert for the eye candy that you're able to witness, and thank his mind for working the way it does and bringing us amazing art. We appreciate you, brother. Oh, so yeah, I guess John, if you're ready, if you're still there, half there, if you want to share something with you, now would be the time. If not, we're gonna wind down here because I gotta go work, close up shop here in a few. But yeah, I want to thank you guys again for coming out, man. And I guess I'll end with maybe I'll read something that I wrote a long time ago. So yeah, okay, so a message just came to me. Oh no, I don't know if I want to do that. That one's kind of somber. Let's see. You know what? I'll leave you with this. Creativity is not a skill. It's a way of life. As a poet, your role is to observe the invisible threads connecting life, emotion, and thought, and then weave them into art. This guide is more than a roadmap. It's a living experience. By exploring each master key, you will unlock the doors to your creative potential and embark on a transformative journey. So this is excerpts, by the way. I'm creating this. I wanted to create like the master keys to creativity, to where even like seasoned poets or where or like creative masterminds like could learn something for, but then also like anyone, like just to anyone could read this, and there's exercises and break it down. I'm working with different concepts with different poets and stuff, like I'm gonna have CP help me with like the performance side of it, like that raw emotion side of it and stuff. But yes, the master keys of creativity. That's the introduction there that I'm kind of working with now. But so there's interactive levels. There's a reflective journaling going on through it. Performance practices, community building skills and stuff to like share and collab with people and stuff like. And so I have them broke down to all these different keys. There's like the key one, which is the spark of creation. And there's exercises, there's even bonus challenges and stuff like that set up here. Master key 2 is infinite wordplay. Master key 3, emotional alchemy. Rhythmatic mastery, as I stumble over rhythmatic. Conceptual expansion. And then I have like some more keys to it I'm working on. I want to, actually, I think that I have like a total of like 13. This is a rough draft as I was scrolling. But yeah, so that's going to be coming out soon. And
Thomas, one of the guidelines for picking a person to collaborate with is they have different skills than you. So if you're going to be, your skills are in writing and also in art. So it'd be good for you to look to collaborate with a musician, because that's not a skill you have.
So I formally consider myself as a freestyle artist, right? And so I've worked with a lot of musicians in the past, and in fact, the start of this year before I got this job and this new life, like we kind of like been so busy, but like I was planning on starting a show called The Muse I See. And one of my friends that I grew up with from a young child, actually I've known since I was 7, Mavi is an incredible musician and freestyle artist too. He plays the guitar, right? So he'll just sit there and get in the vibe with you and create music on the spot, freestyle as he's playing guitar, and like and they sync up. And so like I tested it earlier this year. We had or last year, at the end of last year, actually, we had several poets work with him, and they would just kind of freestyle they would read their poetry, and he would just kind of freestyle behind them on the guitar, and then like they would end up syncing up, and by the end of the poem, you're hearing this amazing piece of art from 2 individuals. And it was like so we wanted to do that as like a concept to a show, like come bring and I have someone who can play the piano just like that, where they can match up with anyone reading anything pretty much, and then a guitar player, bass. Like so we were gonna like pair up people in like the week 1 or whatever, like you would show up and like you would kind of test run it, and then you guys would link up later and then come back the next week with this fully fleshed out like collab with music behind it, and like really kind of break down the barriers between poetry and the spoken word and music, which I think as spoken word artists, we all became artists because we didn't have time to make music. We couldn't make music. We didn't want to record music. We felt like we could just say it the way it needed to be said, right? And so
what
working with the artists,
what was the level of interest and participation? Do you
a lot.
had the idea, but it never
No,
happened?
everyone really well, the reason it hasn't happened is the same reason why I had to put all of our features on hold and break, because I'm too busy right now, kind of getting settled here and starting this new job. So I don't have internet, I don't have a steady power. Like I'm running off a generator and a hotspot on my phone, right? But with a laptop hooked to my monitor. Like I'm trying to, get set up out here, but it's gonna take me a little time. It's a lot of work. But yeah, we'll be off grid soon, and then I'll be able to invest more time like on the computer and good. But we had so many people that were interested, and I have musicians lined up, music producers that are gonna work with us. All right, brother. We'll see you later, Black Soul. But yeah, we're gonna wrap the show anyways too, because I gotta run down the street quick and pick up the neighbor because we have to try to get this other generator running. But yeah, thank y'all so much. John, before we close out the night, man, you could read us some.
Oh, sorry. I've been packing and moving and
Hey, you gotta move and shake, bro. Do what it does, move it or lose it.
this is I don't know. I just opened up to the first piece, so this is a work in progress. One day I entered into a void, climb through the cracks and crevices, followed a bunny down a rabbit hole, slipped through the folds. I was just looking for a place to hide. It was a hell of an exploration, exploring my whole life, trying to find that fine line in the quicksand, the edge, the great cliff that I could drop off and disappear. Not a single person could understand. Not even I could interfere with these intrusive thoughts. They seemed sincere, slipping through time, trying to rewind to the beginning of my movie. Didn't want to miss the opening credits. It was a real adventure climbing through space to the dark side of my mind, for all deep inside to the depths of my own hell. Jesus was there on the cross, and I was sitting in silence crying. Not even fate could flare this empty, and my fear was on fire.
Yeah.
I just wrote that the other night. I haven't even had a chance to look at it.
Hey, dude, that was dope, John. You're speaking of inspirations, you're such an inspiring person, dude. And like, that's how that epic collab came along. Just me and you on video chat, just like writing lines back and forth with each other, man. Just like, yeah, you crush it every time, man. I appreciate you. Uh, Everybody in the world, whether you're watching this or hearing it or not, just feel right now, just give all the love you got for John. My.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna close out the show now. I gotta get going and shit, bro. Love you, man.
All right. I got to break down my desk. Load that in the truck.
Yeah, buddy.
Fuck.
Peace.
Peace. Love you, dude.